Coming up on today's episode of Airborne Unlimited, Congress passes FAA Funding Extension, Gary Jet Center sues to enforce their contract, the NTSB GA Safety Forum is ready to go. I'm Bree Cross. It is October 1st, 2015, and this is Airborne Unlimited. The U.S. House of Representatives and the U.S. Senate passed a measure to extend federal aviation funding through March 31st, 2016. The Airport and Airway Extension Act of 2015 was passed on September 28th by a voice vote in the House, and the Senate approved the bill by unanimous consent the next day. The bill extends the FAA's authorization, which was set to expire today, and allows the agency to continue operating for 6 months. Under the provisions of the extension, the FAA will receive $4.87 billion for operations, $1.68 billion for Airport Improvement Program grants, $1.3 billion for the construction of navigational facilities and equipment, and $78.4 million for research and engineering. The authorization extension also allows the FAA to continue contracting for non-FAA operational towers, collecting aviation taxes, and spending money. This extension by Congress prevents the defunding of the FAA, and it also kicks the can down the road regarding complete FAA reauthorization legislation. Expect to hear a lot more about this in the coming months. The Gary Jet Center, a tenant at the Gary Chicago International Airport, has apparently taken the attitude that a deal is a deal. They have filed a lawsuit against the airport authority and its private operator over a rent dispute. The FBO claims that the airport authority quadrupled its rent unilaterally, and the lawsuit seeks a permanent injunction against the authority's attempt to impose a 1.5% fee on the tenant's gross revenues. The Associated Press reports that the FBO manages 3 hangars and a passport lounge at the airport. In the suit filed last Thursday in U.S. District Court, Gary Jet Center says that the airport authority and the private management company, Avports, cannot make such a change in the company's lease signed in 2007, which runs through 2046. After the break, the NTSB Loss of Control Forum is a go for October 14th.
There's a difference between charting a steady course and pushing for the ceiling. And for nearly a century, Hartzell Propeller has been defining that difference. It's in our passion for engineering and research and our dedication to testing the limits of performance. We are built on honor. We are Hartzell Propeller.
The KSN 770 is an affordable, WAAS-enabled integrated MFD with a flexible hybrid user interface from Bendix King. Get your fingers on the 770's perfect blend of touchscreen and hard buttons. Easily control your GPS navigation, Navcom, weather, traffic, and terrain in any condition. For more information, go to bendixking.com.
Redbird is quickly becoming the industry standard for flight training. Since Redbird introduced its revolutionary FMX in 2007, colleges, universities, and flight training operations around the world have integrated Redbird products into their curriculum. It's time to discover what Redbird can do for you. Join the migration.
AML's patent-pending wireless induction charging system eliminates confusion over those charging cables, cuts down cockpit cable clutter, and allows you and your passengers to fly cordless and eliminate the cable nightmare. www.aviationmodificationleaders.com.
Welcome back. If you have a story suggestion for Airborne Unlimited, Aero-TV, our website, or podcast, just email to news-spy@aero-news.net. The NTSB forum titled Humans and Hardware Preventing General Aviation In-Flight Loss of Control, to be held in Washington, D.C. on October 14th, is ready to go. In addition to the forum itself, the NTSB is inviting pilots and others in the aviation safety community to send their questions related to in-flight loss of control issues to locforum@ntsb.gov. To be considered for inclusion, questions must be submitted via email not later than 3 p.m. Eastern Time on October 13th. The forum will include panels on 4 broad areas of discussion, which are industry and government perspectives and actions, human performance and medical issues, pilot training solutions, and equipment and technology solutions. This year's forum offers participants a new level of digital accessibility. The forum webpage includes links to add individual panel sessions or the entire forum to calendars on computers and mobile devices. Pilots can also share the forum page with other pilots or student trainees through email or social media. It's Thursday, which means that it's time for an Aero-Community update, highlighting news and information about the incredible people and organizations that populate the Airborne Partnership Initiative behind Airborne Unlimited. The Aircraft Electronics Association, known as the AEA, is part of our Airborne Partnership Initiative team, and their presence is felt in all areas of aviation. As avionics continues to become an important and indispensable subcomponent of modern aircraft, common representation of the avionic industry and those who support it also becomes critically important. That's where the AEA fits into the picture. Founded in 1957, the Aircraft Electronics Association represents nearly 1,300 member companies in 43 countries, including government-certified international repair stations specializing in maintenance, repair, and installation of avionics and electronic systems in general aviation aircraft. The AEA membership also includes manufacturers of avionics equipment, instrument repair facilities, instrument manufacturers, airframe manufacturers, test equipment manufacturers, major distributors, engineers, and educational institutions. In partnering with the AEA, ANN took the initiative to produce a live televised program we called the New Product Introduction. In this program, we interviewed the various vendors that were participating in AEA's annual convention. It was the success of this program that led to our following success at EAA AirVenture this year that we called the AirVenture Innovation Preview. As we move towards changes in our entire navigation system, the AEA stands strong to represent the avionics industry and serve the aviation community. After these messages, an SAIB has been issued for Cessna 300 and 400 series aircraft.
Concorde's recombinant gas RG series sealed battery technology produces a high-performance battery with the advantages of being pre-tested and fully charged at the factory. Find out more about Concorde's entire line of batteries at www.concordebattery.com. Concorde, the heart of your aircraft.
Now certified, Aspen Avionics single-band ADS-B ATX100 and ATX100G transceivers are the next-gen ADS-B solution that provides the features pilots need while keeping flyaway costs low. Check it out now at aspenavionics.com.
Sandia introduces the new SAI 340 Quattro TSO'd airspeed, attitude, altitude, and slip with integral backup battery. Safety never looked so good. See it now at www.sandia.aero.
Welcome back. With so much news coming out of the aviation industry, we're summarizing some other interesting stories in a brief segment we call Around the Patch. Cessna 300 and 400 models and series airplanes are the focus of a new FAA Special Airworthiness Information Bulletin. The bulletin recommends inspection of the nose landing gear trunnion to ensure that cracks are not present. The International Women's Air and Space Museum has canceled the Wings of Women conference planned for October 10th. The program, intended for late middle school and high school young women interested in STEM career fields, was canceled because of low enrollment. Engineering students looking for an internship might want to look into this opportunity at Virgin Galactic. The company says they are seeking engineering interns to help develop the next generation of commercial space vehicles. They say they want people that can make things happen. Robert Blaha has been named Aspen Avionics Director of Business Development. Among other things, he will oversee Aspen's newly acquired NextNav GPS product line. Blaha has been with Aspen since 2007 as the Regional Sales Manager and Director of International Sales. Piper Aircraft will deliver the company's first M-Class single-engine pressurized Piper M500 to Poland. The customer will operate the aircraft in support of his business. JP Investments is Piper's dealer for the new aircraft serving the country of Poland. Well, that's our trip around the patch. Now let's move on to the rest of the news. While it has always been considered that Marine Corps aviation is a get-it-done branch of our military service, It is now reported that the effects of the budget cuts are having a negative impact on aviation readiness of the Corps. Lieutenant General John Davis, Deputy Commandant for Marine Aviation, said recently that readiness of Marine aircraft has been spiraling downward for several years. He said that he has been forced to underfund readiness accounts for several years and added, quote, "You can't sustain that forever." The Marine Corps Times reports that Davis said chronic underfunding has delayed maintenance of aircraft at both the unit and depot levels, dropping the number of operational aircraft to 19% below its acceptable minimum. He also said the Corps needs more enlisted personnel in the maintenance community. Davis said that if adequate funding were to become available, he has a plan that would return aircraft readiness to acceptable levels within 4 years. Well, that's our program for today. Remember to get comprehensive real-time 24/7 coverage of the latest aviation and aerospace stories anytime at aero-news.net. Remember that Airborne Unlimited is streamed daily Monday through Friday with additional breaking news bulletins for important stories that fall outside of our normal deadlines. Please join us and a growing roster of over 100 outstanding industry associations and organizations every weekday for the best in aviation and aerospace news from the staff of the Aero-News Network, the aviation world's most comprehensive news and information resource.